Hello everybody and welcome to part 113 of this car rebuild series on my 2003 Jaguar S-Type 4.2 V8 Sport. I had plans to continue working on the HEV8 cylinder head, but then I was challenged. Peter from Australia asked if I already managed to detach the vertical link from the lower arm. You may know that I spent 2 days and videos on trying to do so, but unfortunately without any success. We then started an email conversation and it turned out that eventually he made it happen on his car using a really heavy duty puller, which I of course don't have on hand. Challenge accepted. Let's give it one more try. With this ring out of the way, I can now check out what's underneath. I was hoping that I would be able to install this hammer driven ball joint splitter here in between, but unfortunately I'm not. The gap is far too small. However, let's now first try to entirely remove this rubber portion. There it goes. One more rubber seal. So that's how this ball joint looks from the inside. I will now heat up this shaft. That was the reason why I was removing the rubber here in between, by the way. Obviously not entirely. With the shaft now exposed on this side, I'm able to install a tighter, better fitting ball joint separator. This works best if the two arms are parallel to each other, which is achieved now, I guess. And now let's give it one more try. It's not even all that hard to turn this stud. At least until now it wasn't. But just as 1.5 years ago, I guess there's bending in this part, but the joint doesn't move at all. Maybe I can still utilize a part of this separator. No, I tell you, it's really tight with the size of a cutting wheel. Nevertheless, I have to give it a try. That's what I've been searching for. I did a few minor cuts here, and the deeper I get, the more dangerous it is. You can simply have this cover resting here without touching this edge. What of course helps is that the cutting disc gets smaller and smaller as the work is proceeding. This looks good. I'm almost 2/3 through already. I was cutting into here, which is no good. I don't know why exactly. Okay, because I was turning the arm. I have to think about how to deal with this cut. But on the other hand, I'm almost all the way through now. don't really want to continue this way. The bigger the angle, the bigger the space. I'm afraid there's no way of reattempting this shaft from the opposite side. Now I should be able to get it apart. Yes! And that's the point where the battery gave up, but I guess you can believe me that it came apart quite easily. That's it again for today. Next time I will try to find a way to remove all the bushings and especially the ball joint from the lower arm and also from this vertical link using my hydraulic press. If you enjoyed this video, you may want to give it a thumbs up or even subscribe. See you back on my channel next time. Goodbye.